So I guess first of all, congratulations on getting signed with the PFL. I mean, that's got to be exciting. What was that feeling like when you got the call?
Yeah, it was an amazing feeling. It was a blessing. It was a blessing that I was even considered to get into the PFL at four, with only four fights into the pro league, going into a major league pro division. And I feel blessed to, again, say the least. I feel blessed to be able to have the opportunity to be able to fight for the PFL. It was an awesome feeling.
Did you know, like when they called you and said, "Hey, we got this opportunity," did they give you the name of the opponent right away, or was it sort of like, "Hey, we're gonna put you in, we don't know who yet"? Can you kind of talk to me a little bit about that?
Yeah, it wasn't so much of a they. I didn't get the name of my opponent until um week after my a week after my promos. So it wasn't like a right away. I didn't know who I was getting right away, but they did let me know that, hey, you got a spot within the Challenger Series. We're still deciding. We're still picking on who's going against who. We're picking the opponent still, but we'll let you know as soon as we know. And then from that, I was just like, you know what, I'm ready for anybody and anyone they put in front of my face. So I'm excited to have the opportunity regardless.
And what about the name when you got it? What were your thoughts there? Did you know him? I know you guys have kind of fought in the same circles, so I'm curious if you thought you might fight him at some point.
No, I actually didn't know him. But one of my teammates did fight him against. They did fight each other on their debut pros, going debut. They did fight each other. Kim St. Louis and Eric Alaquin. They did fight each other first, but I never heard of him prior to first hearing his name that I would be fighting him against in the Challenger Series.
What have you learned about him since? I mean, I'm assuming that your teammate probably told you some, but he's probably changed quite a bit since then. What do you know
Yeah,
about him?
main thing that I've learned so far is that, I mean, he does like the pressure fight. You know, I've been watching his fights recently. He has a pressure fighting. He loves to throw straight two down the middle. He stands in southpaw. He can go back and forth, but he has like a karate stance, but he is a black belt in jiu-jitsu, and his main thing is footlock. So yeah, we have definitely been studying. Well, I have at least been studying him. You know, you don't want to go into a battle without knowing who your opponent is. Not especially not in this.
Okay, there we go. Got you back. Had lost you for a second. Um, you know, a lot of people may not know who you are yet, you know. Oh, did you lose me too? Let's see. One second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, I can hear you, but it's a weird sound. Can you talk one more time?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There we go. There we go. That
Okay.
was weird. All right. So I'm going to ask you that last question again. So what have you learned about Eric since, now that you have the name? Did your teammate tell you about him? What have you learned about him since?
No, yeah, like I said, his stance is from southpaw. He's a southpaw fighter. He's like a karate guy in a way, and he just like karate guys like to throw the two down the middle to like a blitz too. He likes to throw those as well, but if he wants to, he could try to take it to the ground and use his jiu-jitsu because he is a black belt at it. So I'm assuming that he will be trying to use his jiu-jitsu and go for leg locks or heel hooks or something like that.
Can you kind of tell the fans a little bit about your fighting style? Because like you said, you're only 4-0, so there's a good chance that people may not have seen you fight yet. Can you kind of give us a little lowdown of who you are?
I mean, I think I'm a well-rounded fighter. I do like to strike more than anything. I do like to strike. I'm a pretty good wrestler, but I'd like to for wrestling is like defense wrestling. I'd rather keep it on the feet than go to the ground. But if I do have to go to the ground, I am a brown belt now in jiu-jitsu, so I'm quite well in my jiu-jitsu as well, like or my jiu-jitsu defense, my jiu-jitsu offense. I'm pretty good at it as well because it's a difference between regular jiu-jitsu and MMA jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? There's no regular jiu-jitsu, you can pull guard. You don't have to worry about getting punched in the face. But, MMA is a different ball game. You're getting smashed. You're getting punched in the face. If you think you just use jiu-jitsu that way. But, again, as I said, I think I'm a well-rounded athlete when it comes to fighting. I do, again, typically tend to want to stand more. But if I see that my opponent doesn't have the ground game like I do, then, of course, I'm going to take them down as well.
So last season was the first time PFL did the Challenger Series, and they had Dilano Taylor go from Challenger Series all the way to the finals. And so I'm asking a lot of the people that are competing if they've been looking at him as kind of an inspiration, but you've already fought him.
Yeah.
So Can you talk to me a little bit about that? How different that is for you, that, you know, that person that people are kind of touting as like, hey, look at what the Challenger Series can do. You've already beat him.
I would say, yeah, I'm not, I wouldn't be like, I'm looking at him towards inspiration, but yeah, at the same time, I'm like, okay, if he can do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? If he can do it, I can do it. And no offense to Delano, but he did get there by the grace of God. From so how many things happened, but again, he did get there nonetheless. And him getting there has definitely motivated me more to thinking, okay, it's not a pipe dream or anything like that. No, it can actually happen. Fighting one time, fighting 5 times in 1 year, getting to that final series is a possibility that I can obtain.
And I know you guys fought as amateurs.
Yeah.
Did you notice, because he is a different fighter from that time when you fought him way back when, or do you think that he's kind of the same guy?
I would definitely say he would be a different fighter, but not too much because he does tend still to do the long strikes and everything, but doesn't really set up his low kicks and things like that. But again, everyone's improved. Everyone's improved from such a long time. We fought each other a couple years ago, and I think that was my third amateur fight. And his, I forget his amateur fight. But again, he has improved since then, and I'm looking forward to being able to fight him in the regular season if we ever get that chance. I'm sure they will make that happen.
Yeah.
Definitely something that they'll do.
I was gonna say, is that something you're kind of like hoping to be like, hey, look, I'm still here. This is my
Yeah,
match
for
now.
sure. I mean, there's no hard feelings, but hey, look, why not? You know, we're from the same place. We're both from South Florida. And I think South Florida fighters are the dogs of the fight community world. Like, you know, you come down here, you get people who come from around the country to just come down to South Florida to start training. You know what I mean? So we're a different breed of fighters down here, and I would love to fight the best. And for him to go from Challenger Series to the final, you know, he's improved himself as a fighter. So I would love to go against him to prove myself as a fighter, that I didn't just beat him as an amateur, I beat him as a pro as well.
Awesome. I guess my last question for you is if you have a prediction for your fight against Eric.
I believe it'll be first round TKO, roundhouse to the head.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think that's what it'll be. TKO, a knee, anything where he's coming in. I just think it'll be a standing TKO first round.
Awesome.
If not second, but I'm not letting it go to the judges.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and I'll be watching. Good luck.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.